For those select few that are already initiated, you should already know what this is. And for those of you that aren't, just chill. See, we're gonna get to the other stuff in a minute. But first, see, what I'm always trying to get everybody to understand is everything is vibration. So, before we do anything else, it's about that time for you to open up your ear and let me crawl into your mind. One time. You ain't gotta say nothing. You ain't gotta do nothing. Just vibe. Just vibe. Just vibe. Just vibe. Just vibe. You done fucked around and clicked on some trill shit this time. Yeah. And you can't see me. I know you think you hear me, but it ain't that. Nah, you gotta feel me. I'm that Jones in your bones, Poppy. Let's take it to the gutter one time. Don't forget, you can never forget where you came from. Yeah. And as we start moving together in perfect rhythm, start to feel that vibration. Yeah. Yeah. Yes, sir. Y'all know nothing about that, so that's a little something foreign. What it was, y'all already know who it is, and if not, I can't tell you. And y'all tuned in with Priceless Knowledge Yourself, and this right here, this ain't nothing but some cosmic insight. And I played y'all a little something foreign to get y'all in a foreign mindset, because doing foreign things is important to this shit today, because this right here, this a little something about those people that have their north node in the 9th house and their south node in the 3rd house of their natal chart. And see, before I even go there, what I'm going to do first is I'm going to tell y'all a little bit about the nodes. I'm going to give y'all a little information on the North Node. I'm going to give y'all a little information on the South Node. And then I'm going to give y'all a quick breakdown of the history and the mythology behind them. And I might even tell y'all a little bit on how us astrologers use the nodes. So you're in for a whole wealth of information. So all you got to do is sit right there. And without wasting any more time, let me get this thing cracking. So in astrology, your life's purpose is encoded in the North and the South Node of the moon, or referred to as Rahu and Ketu, respectively, in Vedic astrology. And these are not two actual celestial bodies. They're actually two mathematical points that kind of fall directly opposite to each other in a chart. And they create an axis of sorts of opposite signs and opposite houses. For instance, if your North Node is in Scorpio, then your South Node is in Taurus. And if your North Node is in the 9th house, then your South Node is in the 3rd house, and so on and so forth. And they really help us answer questions like, what am I supposed to do with my life? Why am I here? And what's my mission? Even why am I like this? And what might I have been in past lives? Yeah, we're going to go there. And if you don't believe in reincarnation, I respect that. But I ask you to respect my beliefs. Okay? So either way it goes, you can call it your early days, and I respect that. Okay? So when we're talking about the North Node, this is your destiny right now. This is the direction you need to be headed in this life. And I like to think of it as the terrain that's calling your name, but getting to the top of this mountain is going to be like getting to the summit of Mount Everest. So you're probably going to have to lighten your load and enlist some help and make all kinds of sacrifices if you ever want to get to the top of this hill, Miss Weezy. This right here is like your learning curve in a sense. And Rahu activities are going to require you to stretch out of your comfort zone. But once you do, you're going to be amazed at how empowered you feel. This right here is like the activation of your life's mission. And the sooner that you align yourself with this path, the more purpose driven that your life is going to be. But you're always going to be able to have that South Node energy as that little ace in the hole or that fallback game at certain times in your life after you made your way. But I kind of think of the North Node like this. You know, people kind of get caught up in thinking that just because they're inherently good at some stuff or because some shit comes natural to them, that that's what they're supposed to be doing with their life. But that's usually not the case, because no matter what they accomplish, it doesn't usually feel spiritually nourishing. And that's because the simple fact is maybe they've conquered that path enough times in past lives that that's why they're so good at this right now. So it's kind of time to flip the script. And so when we look at the South Node, this is looking back. This is your innate gifts. This is past life shit. This is, going to fall exact opposite to the North Node, and it reveals the gifts that we brought into this lifetime with us. It's our little comfort zone. It's our little sweet spot, and we're going to be innately good in these areas of life, which might cause us to begin our early path, but, kind of based on Ketu's energy. And while that might bring us some small accomplishments and a sense of satisfaction, it's never going to be spiritually nourishing, because it's really basically on some been there, done that type shit. And indeed we have, and probably in many lifetimes over and over and over again. So it's time to flip the script. It's time to use Ketu's energy as a springboard into Rahu's destiny. And it's kind of like the South Node is your little horoscope hometown and shit. So it's not necessarily the place that you want to settle down, but it's definitely somewhere that you can go back to when you need to feel a sense of belonging, or if you need a boost, somewhere where you feel comfortable at. Okay. And so us astrologers kind of use the nodes to determine where your destiny lies in this lifetime with the North Node or Rahu, and kind of what you had going on in past lives with the South Node or Ketu. And these transits, they go about every 18 months, a year and a half. And this shit right here, it goes well beyond just Western astrology or even this life right here, because in Jewish or Kabbalistic astrology, they focus primarily on the nodes. And they call the North Node your tikkun, or the correction that your life must make, or the correction that your soul must make in this life in order to ascend. Now, in Vedic or sidereal astrology, they refer to as Rahu as the head of the dragon. And it's all energy, but no spirituality. And then they refer to as Ketu as the body or the tail of the dragon. And it's all spirituality, but it doesn't have the energy that it needs to go where it needs to go. And Vedic really takes on a lot more harsh view of the South Node's destiny. But either way it goes, man, this shit right here is crucial, and it's definitely worth paying attention to, especially when we're talking about the house placement, which is where we're at right now, man. So, oh man, when we're talking about having the North Node in the 9th house, man. So to be honest with y'all, man, this one right here is very interesting, because in all actuality, Rahu right here could actually represent endless possibilities, because even more than foreign travel and higher education and all that good shit, this is about learning to develop an open mind and see things from the big picture. Because in the past or in past lives, these folks right here, they kind of limited themselves to being too practical and down to earth and focus on their immediate surroundings. So this time around, the universe saying that it's time to do it big. And that really starts with broadening their horizons. So this one is also going to be most definitely about developing that spirituality too. Because once they, have those things mastered, a lot of these folks actually can develop into some amazingly inspiring individuals that really teach people through their example that life does have meaning no matter how hard things go, man. But when I said hard, that means it ain't going to be easy. Because these motherfuckers here, man, they tend to be all over the place. And not only literally, but also in opinion and in beliefs too. Because they get easily interested and intrigued by a lot of different shit. And then they get caught up in the details. And then that excitement of the new ideas, that gets them too. So they really kind of tend to get all kinds of knowledge on the surface about all kinds of shit, but they lack follow through. Okay. And it's like they have all the building blocks that they need, but they lack a real clear vision of what they want to create. So in essence, this right here is all about learning to see the forest and not just the trees. Okay. Plus, this is about actively seeking their truth and getting out of that pattern of being a product of their environment. And so there's going to be plenty of conflicts and bullshit in their proximity that's going to want to force them to stretch out of that comfort zone. Best believe ye. Pardon me, y'all, man. I'm going to caution y'all right now. At the time of this recording, Mercury is currently in retrograde in Libra, conjunct my ascendant. So I'm using that as an excuse for any fuck up I have verbally. All right. As an astrologer, that's my right. And anyway, man, this right here, this is something else that's going to really often find themselves on some type of spiritual quest, because a humongous part of having a North Node here is about learning how to have faith and trust that intuition, because the ninth house is the house of the higher mind and the super ego that guides us all. And so Rahu here says that in the past, these folks kind of found solace in the facts, but the fact of the matter is that ain't everything. And if you want real answers, you got to have faith. So developing spirituality, hey, that's going to be everything right here. And that's because they spend way too many lifetimes searching for knowledge in the things and people that surrounded them. So this existence right here, it's about getting out and experiencing the things that promote finding wisdom in self. And that's often going to mean learning about spirituality and philosophy and theology and religion, and all that shit will really be a big help. And, there's also going to be a pull in that direction no matter what they have going on, both by gut and by circumstance. So just be ready, man, because in some cases, I feel like having that North Node in the ninth house, this is going to speak of a very strong possibility for a spiritual awakening. And, hey, man, that ain't going to be fun. I'm cautioning you now. That is not going to be fun. Kundalini is not pleasurable. Kundalini is, the painful ripping out of the soul from its hidden place of comfort. You feel me? And another key lesson with this one is going to be developing a sense of freedom, whether it be in the physical sense or in a sense of freedom from other people's opinion. And not only that, there's also going to be a strong urge to stay in one place, but fuck that. Hey, growth ain't happening in the hood right here. I'm telling you now, man. If you want spiritual nourishment, you got to be willing to get outside of that comfort zone and then just go get it. The North Node in the ninth. Now, when we flip the script and we look back at the karmic implications of having the South Node in the third, hey, we're going to typically observe that whatever the fuck these folks had going on, their brain was their greatest asset. And communication in all its form, it was probably especially significant for them. So a lot of them, they brought a certain way with words and a gift of gab with them into this life right here with them. And not only that, there's usually some natural street smarts that come along with this one too. But I'm telling you now, that one must be careful, and you just can't get caught up in all that negative shit that, you know, the third house and that Gemini manifestation energy that goes along with it, because that's gonna be all too easy to do with this one. Best believe, especially, you know, that infamous Puella complex, you know, or it's commonly referred to as that Peter Pan syndrome, which is really that issue that stems from people's reluctance to grow up and expand beyond the world of the familiar. And speaking of which, third house Ketu, that also kind of suggests some unresolved karmic issues related to the siblings and other situations around grade school and early childhood. And so this ninth house Rahu is definitely trying to urge these natives to, you know, get far, far away from that bullshit and, you know, find solace in their spirituality. But, hey, oh man, I'm just going to just sit here and give you the goods, you know. You're going to need to get out and find out for yourself what works for you. That's what this is about. Have experiences. Stretch out of that comfort zone. Go find out the beauty in the form. There's knowledge to be had, and your destiny is there too. But you don't have to believe a word I just said, because the truth of the matter is, just because you built like that, you don't have to build like that. And what I mean is, we all have all this energy available to us. What you do with it is what you do with it. And even beyond that, it's not about what you do, it's about how you do it. And that's some priceless knowledge in itself. And this some priceless knowledge of self. I want to thank everybody for the love and support. This is the time that you should be hitting that like button, because I know I went in. And you can hit the dislike button too. And I'm used to people doing that. I know the world is full of haters. We need y'all. That's all right. Give me some type of interaction. Drop a comment and tell me how you feel, man. Yeah. Just smile. If anything else, just smile. And if you're interested in any astrological readings whatsoever, you could hit me up in the comments below, but I'm really just going to direct you to my email, which is mr.turner1300@gmail.com. And I still have that sale going on. All you got to do is hit me up and ask me about it, and I'll tell you about it. And so, that's going to be going on for this whole Mercury retrograde in Libra. And if you're watching this after the fact, I'm sorry. We might have something going on about this time. And I love you anyway. And the same thing goes if you want some merch, man. Hit me up in my email. But I'm telling you now, I'll sell you the merch. And I want to see you in it. And I'll feel good spending your money too. But the truth of the matter is, this type of swag that I got, it's got to be in you and not on you. Let me put it in.